In Mogadishu, Somalia, we're joined by Skype, rather via Skype, by our East Africa correspondent, Gabe Joselow. Welcome, Gabe.
Thank you, Vincent.
Now, in Somalia, it looks like it wasn't that easy. There was quite a battle in that town where the U.S. forces were trying to capture this leader of Alshabab.
That's right. Yeah, I think that's the reports we're hearing is there was a lot of heavy gunfire as soon as the U.S. Special Forces arrived on shore, possibly by helicopter as well. That town, Baraway, is south of Mogadishu, and it's still a major Al-Shabaab stronghold. The group was pushed out of Mogadishu and some other major cities by peacekeepers and other regional forces in the last couple of years, but they have been able to hold on to some territory and some, especially coastal towns. Baraway happens to be one of them, and it's where a lot of the group's senior commanders, some of their own, their best fighters are known to hole up. And so I think that's why the U.S. forces faced such strong resistance there.
And actually, the U.S. forces said they withdrew or stopped the attacks because they did not want to incur a lot of casualties, especially civilian casualties. Now, this area is in the control of Al-Shabaab. How is it that it has such a huge civilian population?
Yeah, Al-Shabaab administers the town like any other sort of local regional administrator. They charge taxes to people who live there. They maintain a strong presence there. But people are able to go about their business. In fact, that benefits Al-Shabaab because the more business coming through the small port in Baraway, the more business being conducted on the streets, the more money they're able to raise, the more recruits that they can find from the population there. So life is in no means easy for people there. We understand that there are a lot of restrictions. You can't smoke cigarettes, can't listen to music in the street, that kind of thing, because this is an Islamist militant group. But there is a substantial civilian population still living there.
Now, some are looking at this group, Al-Shabaab, as kind of a hardcore segment of the Al-Qaeda. Does it look like it has a different kind of philosophy or kind of an approach than what we know as Al-Qaeda?
Well, for a long time, Al-Shabaab was focused really singularly on Somalia and trying to fight off. They were formed as a group that would fight off Ethiopian forces when they first came into the country in the late 2000s. And in that time, since then, they've grown in size. They've linked up with Al-Qaeda, and so you have seen their objectives change a little bit. I think the attack on the Westgate Mall in Nairobi last month really demonstrated that they want to have a more global presence, that they have the capability to strike outside of Somali borders, and that they really are a serious and dangerous terrorist group.
Thank you very much, Gabe. That's Gabe Joselow, East Africa correspondent for the Voice of America.